Are you looking to improve your diet but don't know where to start and how to sustain it? In this vlog, while you're spending a day shopping grocery and doing house chores with me, I will share with you how I changed my diet to lose weight when I was so busy and how I sustain it for good. I put timestamps for each chapter so you can skip along or replay. Please be sure to subscribe and like, and let's just get to the real tea. I'm sure some of you can resonate with me as a big foodie. I enjoy eating and exploring new flavors and cuisines. Food contributes to such a big part of my life. It's ingrained in the culture I grew up with and is always my love language and a way to connect and socialize with friends. I overate and had a poor eating habits when I worked at a cafe that was extremely busy, had high demands with no concrete structure of my day, and frequently skipped meals. More often than not, high-fat food, buttery pastries, and cakes were my lunch and snack day in, day out. I wanted to improve my diet, eat better, lose weight, and feel good about myself again. But how did I make it work with a job that prioritizes the best service and care for customers over myself? In this video, I'm going to show you how I changed my diet and eating habits to lose weight while being so busy and how I sustain it.
Christmas gifts, browsing. I'm just gonna buy something for my family, or just something to share, something that's not gonna melt as well.
The first thing is to start with why you want to improve your diet. Some of you are watching this video because you are hoping to lose weight. Perhaps you can start with why you want to lose weight. Do you feel uncomfortable in your body, or is it a reflection from others on your appearance or on your eating habits? Regardless of what reason you want to improve your diet, I believe it should be from your health benefits perspective, because doing it in response to others' remarks on you won't keep you motivated. The result of doing it should bring you great fulfillment and joy. The first month into my new eating habits, I noticed how positively I felt about myself and my relationship with food. On that note, eating for fat loss or other health benefits can look different. While I'm talking specifically about weight loss, I want to put a disclaimer here that when I decided to lose weight, it included improving my overall health as well. You have to ask yourself and answer honestly, what is your goal? When I worked as a barista, I didn't have a consistent routine for my day and week. We were also short in staffing. During busy times, this often led to not having a proper lunch break. I got up around 6 a.m. and more often than not, I didn't have spare time to eat breakfast at home. And I normally eat small snacks I could find in the shop during the opening. I put on at least 8 kilos and didn't feel great overall. I learned that when it comes to successful weight loss, diet is the first thing to tackle. You may have heard a negative energy balance rule in which you focus on cutting 70 or 80% of your intake and burn the rest through exercise. The ratio doesn't have to be precisely that, but nutrition has a bigger impact on weight. It's mainly because it takes a lot to burn only 500 or 600 calories, and you can bounce it back by eating a small bowl of pasta. That explains why diet is what you should focus on first to kickstart your weight loss journey. I knew I needed to change my diet, but if I worked at a cafe, being in the very same surroundings and having the same routine, what do? Have a look at your routine in a week. This is to assess the root causes and identify what can be adjusted and work around your life priorities. You have to be realistic because you can't change your job, and becoming healthier should complement your life and not cause conflicts. This brings you to the next chapter of knowing your requirements and preferences. You may work in hospitality like me, work night shifts, or have children. We all have priorities and requirements as well as our food preferences. Have a think about them, or it might be helpful to have a list of what you can't change, because we will not change them or make the least changes to put you at ease. Otherwise, doing this will put a lot of pressure on you, no matter how exciting and motivating it may seem initially. Let's focus on more flexible requirements we can adjust. This includes what dish, what ingredients you can't live without, what you don't mind having on repeat, and what you don't mind cutting and eating less frequently. With that said, could you find better alternatives for them as well? I had to wake up between 6 to 6:30 a.m. and arrived at work at 7 a.m. to open the shop. I lived in a one-bed flat small enough that using a microwave could wake up my partner who was still sleeping. Cooking breakfast was almost an impossible option. Did I want to spend 15 and 30 minutes on top of getting ready, or want to wake up at 5:30? Absolutely not. That didn't sound sustainable to me. And although work provided free lunch, I knew I had the option of not taking it, so I got to control what I ate for lunch and not what's left from work. I don't mind eating cold food and not so elaborate meals. It has to be simple, easy on my stomach, ready to eat type of food. My non-negotiables, although may sound a bit cliche, are that I will not skip meals, and to have a high protein, high fiber, and least to no refined sugar in every meal to last me longer, because it is at least 5 to 7 hours between meals in a day without having any snacks. The last thing I want is sugar spikes when working a physical job like hospitality. I can live without bread, rice, or pasta, but I must have a banana every morning. My typical shift day meals would be overnight oats or chia pudding with yogurt, fresh fruits, nuts and seeds that I prepped the night before, or boiled eggs or roasted sweet potato that I could eat quickly but nutrient-packed. My packed lunch would be leftover dinner, which usually consists of cooked and fresh veggies, quinoa, and extra protein sources such as boiled eggs, chicken, and tofu that I don't mind when they're cold and can grab and go. And dinner would be a dish I could make in one pan or tray and can batch cook to save some time for the next couple of days. When time is of the essence, you need to make your life more convenient. In fact, the convenience of pastries and bread in front of me at the cafe is the cause of my weight gain. And I reckon you can resonate with me when you appreciate the convenience of supermarket grab-and-go meals, which may not always be the healthiest option. So let's make healthier food options convenient and available, which brings you to the next topic I'm going to show you. You are busy people and I hear you so much, and I wish we have more time for slow life, but life always happens and never went the way that we want. How can you help yourself make healthier food options accessible for you at any time without you having to think about what to do? Let's do some meal prep. My definition of meal prep doesn't necessarily mean you have to think about every meal you have in a week and spend an hour cooking them on your day off. We are busy people and on the day off we want to relax. What I meant by prepping is to have a few ingredients that are nutritious and generally added to your meals ready in your fridge, in case you don't know what to have or you don't have time to cook, so you can just grab those and put together a somewhat decent nutritious bowl or packed lunch. When I cook quinoa, I always cook a bigger amount and keep it in a container. Same as boiling eggs or roasting veggies. My fridge each week always has a few containers of grains, roasted and boiled veggies, or kale that I already massaged and ready to assemble. And sometimes some stewy, saucy, tomato-y type of ingredients, things that can't go wrong, unseasoned or not seasoned in a particular way, and still work with only Dijon lemon dressing. I call this approach throwing, because I essentially throw everything in a bowl and it still works. Fruit is always a great snack choice to take with you whenever you feel hungry but can't have lunch yet. You can boost your energy through sugar from fruits instead of having other sugary or greasy options. I think meal prep doesn't have to be elaborate or extensive. In my case, all I have to do at the end of the day is to prepare overnight oats and a packed lunch. Then I'm ready for the next day. Improving your diet and finding the approach that works for you is a learning experience. It may take time to figure out, so please don't feel discouraged when things get a little bit uncomfortable. It's about the process in which involves some form of additional routine around your primary routine. You may not need to go to my extent, but I find documenting it helps a lot when it comes to seeing the result of the body change, as well as remembering what I eat every day. I could look back on my camera roll and see the progress or get some inspirations from previous meals I made in case I run out of ideas. You're so busy, it's simply so easy to be forgetful about mundane things when you work day in, day out. I totally understand. Once you start to get used to it, things will be much smoother. Essentially, you are doing this for yourself and you should find it manageable, if not easy. Your body is also learning the new adjustment, so trust the process and the result it will bring. But all this to say, you only need to find the balance and listen to yourself, your body, and your heart. You eat not to only survive, but to fuel your body and nourish your soul. Sometimes I realized I made too little portion for my breakfast oat, and my stomach started to grumble after 2 hours of my shift. Listen to your gut feeling. No pun intended. What does it tell you? Did you eat too little carbs? Perhaps you could make a bit bigger next time and see how your body feels. Are you feeling fatigued and you crave chocolate? Go for it. because nothing is unhealthy for you if consumed in moderation and if it makes you feel better. Finally, your week ends and you look forward to having a day off. Why don't you treat yourself to a hearty meal and dessert you've been thinking about while having a relaxing evening watching your favorite TV show? Like me, after being on chips for 4 or 5 days and eating somewhat okay, nourishing lunch boxes, although they're good for me, I also look forward to having soul food. Whether it's a piece of chocolate cake, an ice cream, or pizza, they make me feel good and alive, and they add extra fuel to my soul to be ready for the next week. Eating all healthy, clean food isn't truly healthy if there's no balance. I hope you find your balance and finally establish a healthy and sustainable relationship with food, losing weight or getting the result that you hope. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you again in my next one. Bye!